You are about to listen to a Beyond the Wheel mini pod.
Hi, everyone, and welcome to another mini pod of Beyond the Wheel podcast. Today, I'm talking about Magne. We first had Magne on the show for episode number 42. You can go back and check out that full episode after you're done listening to this one. So today, I'm just going to give you my honest review of the Magne. And the Magne is a custom fit window shade for your RV that attaches to your windshield from the outside using magnets. The main plus to this is that the Magne is on the outside of your window, not on the inside like traditional shades would be. And because the Magne is on the outside, it prevents the heat from ever hitting the windshield. This makes a dramatic difference on the inside of your RV, keeping your RV nice and cool, especially up on the dash, which was very important to Sabrina and I because of our small dog. Whenever we would put our RV in park and start to set up for the campsite, Belle would want to jump up on the dash and lay there. With the Magne in place, our dash is over 20 degrees cooler, and that made us feel more comfortable. It obviously made our dog feel more comfortable, and it was just a win-win overall. The other positive thing about the Magne is because it's held on by magnets, it is quick and easy to set up. One of the things that my wife does when we get to the RV site is the Magne. That's kind of like one of her jobs for setting up. And it takes her under a minute to put that front windshield shade up. The Magne comes with an extension rod, and you just fit it into these little loop areas on the shade. And you just, I would say slap. It sounds like you're just slapping it up there because it's just using magnets. So once you get it near it, it already kind of just gets itself in place. You just kind of stretch it out and put it where it needs to be. It is very quick to set up. It takes, like I said, under a minute, very quick, and it works great. The other positive to this window shade is privacy. So for us, I don't know how this works, but if you're outside looking in to our RV, you can't see in with the Magne in place. If you're inside looking out, we can see just fine. People often ask when they see our shade, they want to come in and take a look and look outside of our window because they don't believe just how clear it is. And when they come in and they look out our window, they're amazed by just how easy it is to see out because of just how difficult it is to see in. I mean, you can't see in at all during the daytime. Now at night, you are going to be able to see in because it's lighter inside the RV than outside. You'll be able to see if we have a TV on or something like that at night. But during the day, you can't even see our TV. That was a nice little extra bonus to us because we could open up our interior shades, let light in without letting the heat in. So it made the RV feel more roomy and just kept us cooler. The best things about this shade, probably the best thing about the shade is durability. We've had this shade for 6 years and it looks just as good today as it did 6 years ago. And we do zero maintenance to the Magne. We don't wash it. We don't clean it. Nothing. In fact, when we take it off the windshield, our first instinct usually is just to throw it down on the ground. Sean, who you know from the podcast as well, just met him down in Florida, and he was looking at our Magne. He's like, it's hard to believe that this thing's 6 years old. He said, it looks really good. And I can't take any credit to that. We do zero. We don't do anything to keep this thing preserved. It is just made that tough. I think it's been a great value for us. So they were all the pros of the Magne. I would say the con, when I say value, the con is that the Magne is very expensive. When we tell people the price, they're usually like, wow. So I believe now the Magne is a little over $600. But for us, it's well worth it. It's durable. It works the way it's supposed to work. It's easy to use. It's easy to store. It just rolls up and goes in one of our pass-through storage bays. For us, the $600, well worth it. We've had it for 6 years. It still looks new. No fraying or anything. I don't see why we couldn't have it for another 6 years. But that brings me to another kind of possibly a con, is that these Magne are custom fit. So when you order the Magne, you tell them what RV you have. They send you out a template. And you do like final measurements to get it, perfect so that when it fits your windshield, it is a perfect fit for your windshield. Now, of course, you could probably use it on another windshield, but it wouldn't look as good maybe. So that's why I say that could possibly be looked at as a con. Say you have an RV and you only keep it for 2 years, and then you buy a different RV, and now the Magne Shade doesn't fit your new RV the way, it's just not a good fit. I think before you go out to purchase a Magne Shade, you have to, be committed to your RV. Know that you're going to have it for more than 2 years. I mean, this Magne Shade makes a huge difference, whether we're in Arizona or Florida. It lets the AC actually keep up with that outside temperature. I would say, maybe take in consideration of where you're going to be traveling. How hot is it getting in your RV now? Do you need it cooler? And if the answer is yes to any of them, then the Magne Shade is a no-brainer. It's going to work for you. It's going to help keep temperatures cooler in your RV. It's going to give you that privacy. It's going to give you all those pros I already mentioned. So I hope you enjoyed this episode. And like I said before, go check out episode number 42. We sit down with the owners of Magne Shade, but at least I gave you a little bit of an idea of what the Magne Shade is all about. Take care, everybody. Safe travels, and I will see you next time.